Okay, so here we go, first YouTube video for this, and what I'm doing is making little seedling pots out of newsprint. This is an old bit of Friday ad, and what you first do is you tear it in half. So this size is basically fairly close to A4. Here's an actual piece of A4, yeah, slightly wider. Proportions don't exactly matter, and unlike lots of origami type foldy things, it doesn't have to be a square. Often origami starts with a square, but this doesn't have to. So the basic technique is you fold it in half one way, that's corner to corner, and flatten it down, and then half the other way, corner to corner. You can like that corner or this corner. It doesn't have to be precise, so we've got it into quarters. Next thing is we fold it in half, but this is just to crease it. We're not going to keep it over. Fold it in half, we bring that half back up, and then we flatten this, and that line, you see, so that comes up, we spread that and push that down, and that line goes down that edge. That's how you know it's near enough the middle. And then what's quite good here is if you fold it over like that, and then again you lift up this corner, make sure you've got two on either side, and because we folded this under, that folds down really easily down the middle there. Okay, so now we've got, if you see, we've got that shape, and now it's a bit like, I don't know if you made paper darts as a child, but what we do now, you see we've got round, if it's open that way, we've got the separated bit. If it's open that way, the side's solid, so we have the solid sides. Now what we do is fold that into the middle, crease. And what I do is with these fingers just fold down the back along the same crease. That's how I used to make paper aeroplanes. And then again to the middle, crease, to the middle, crease, whole thing over. Same this side, to the middle. Now the thing is, this doesn't, you can see this isn't actually quite square, but it doesn't actually matter. To the middle crease, middle crease, middle crease, middle crease. Now while I was doing that, the other side's unfolded a little bit, so just push that all back. And then what we do is, in the middle here where that split was, we fold down that side and we fold down that side. Squish, squish, squish. Job done. Now to open it, we just put our fingers inside, stretch that way and that way, not too hard, and then we have our pot. What I tend to do with these pots is once I've done that, I then fold these edges in. So they're out of the way. You have your little pot. What I do is I take that outside, I scoop up some potting compost to push in. Once it's all in, it's quite stable, stands itself up. And you put it on a seed tray, and you get about 3 across, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 along. Plant all your seeds, and then just water it from the bottom. The nice thing is, because they're made of paper, they're strong enough that they'll stay together for while the seeds germinate and you get the first sprouts. And then when you want to plant them, although they'll be very soggy because you kept them damp and covered, they'll still have enough shape for you to actually pick them up easily individually, make a hole, drop it in the ground, pat it in. Newspaper does take quite a while to break down, but the roots will easily get their way through once it's soggy. And people do worry about the ink. In the old days, newsprint ink used to be made basically of oil and soot, I think. So it had lots of heavy metals and nasty stuff in it, cadmium, lead, and that kind of thing. But nowadays, all the modern inks, I can't say all of the modern inks, but almost all newspapers actually use ink based on soy oil. So it's biodegradable, nothing nasty. Don't know if it counts as organic, probably not, but it's certainly not dangerous or bad for you. And you can get, commercially you get fibre pots for potting, little round fibre pots, which they're not really expensive, but they do work out about 15p each. If you can make one of those for nothing out of old bits of newspaper, 15p, if you make 10, that's £1.50. And let's see, for minimum wage, it's £7 or £7.50. So that's about 50 of them an hour, one a minute. I think you could do that. Let's see. So now we're going to go through it quickly. Assume we're just torn it off, and let's time this. So half. That. Halfway in, also halfway in along the same line, halfway in away from us, halfway in, halfway in, flat down. There you go. Packed and ready to sell. Get, I don't know, probably get 7 of them there, and that one 8. 8 for £1.